Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A rapidly developing coastal storm is expected to bring a period of gusty winds and locally heavy rain to southeastern Virginia and eastern North Carolina. Unsettled weather is going to cross much of the west, with lower elevation rain and mountain snow going through today and tonight. Below normal temperatures are forecast for most of the west, with generally above normal temperatures from the plains and the Midwest eastward to the eastern seaboard, and that'll last all weekend. Closer to home, winds are going to become breezy today through tomorrow ahead of an incoming storm system. Now, this storm system will eventually move across the area, bringing with it a mixture of rain and snow to the mountains and rain to the lowlands. Expect all that tomorrow night through early Monday morning. A strong cold front will accompany this system, which will bring much cooler temperatures to the area for much of next week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Be advised that the water line replacement and road repaving is scheduled to begin on Monday on Oregon. That's between Indian Wells and East 10th. If you're an Alamogordo student in need of warm clothing, the Hope and Tiger Care Center is ready to help. 575-430-0191 or send an email, hope@alamogordoschools.org. The Fall Festival is happening this Saturday at Alameda Park Zoo. Local craft vendors will be showcasing their creations at this festival. Hands and Hearts United is inviting you to come together to discuss the ideas to help the homeless at Runner's Refuge, 601 Delaware.
This is a critical opportunity for our community to come together and address homelessness in our area.
That's this Wednesday at 5:30. The Christmas market in Cloudcroft will be operating on November 29th, 10 to 5, and November 30th, 10 to 4. That'll be at the Cloudcroft High School gym. Well, an event planned to keep Tularosa beautiful kind of fell through, but that's okay. The village is still going to have access to multiple dumpsters, which gives you the opportunity to throw away stuff that you don't want around, just in time for the holidays.
You can put just about anything in there, just don't put any hazardous materials or tires or mattresses in there, and everything else should be good.
And Rusty, where are those dumpsters going to be located?
We're going to have 2 dumpsters at First National Bank in the empty parking lot next to First National, and then we'll have 1, possibly 2 in the facilities yard behind the facilities barn at 7th and Higuera.
If you have any questions, contact Rusty Helton at 512-657-2342. The Tularosa Christmas Festival takes place December 7th. The Christmas Bazaar is from 9 until 5. The Light Parade from 6 until 7:30. The Street Dance from 8 until 10. All these events are free. We spoke with Chris Rupp.
It's about bringing the communities together this time of year. That's really what it's ultimately about. And we have decided to waive the parade fee for this year. The reason being is we understand that the economy is not the greatest, and at that time of the year, the funds are low. And so the whole point of this is to bring people together. So we are just completely waiving the fee for the parade.
Proceeds are going to benefit the Tularosa Kiwanis Club. If you have any questions, 575-430-1002. The 4th annual Santa in the Basin is happening on Saturday, December 14th, from 1 until 3 at the Tularosa Community Church. That's 101 Central.
Santa in the Basin is a partnership of Santa on the West End, and we are an organization that helps give Christmas to less fortunate kids and their families. We are dedicated to helping children in need at Christmas time. So what we do is we put on this event down in New Mexico in Tularosa. We decorate like a gingerbread house. Everything is all decorated nice and neat. They get to see Santa and Mrs. Claus. They get a gift, a filled stocking. We have cookie decorating. We have go fishing. We have entertainment. We have music. We have hot dogs and popcorn and hot chocolate.
To make a donation, please visit SantaOnTheWestEnd.com. If you have any questions, call Mary Barunda, 520-508-2196, or email santainthebasin@gmail.com. Well, today is Friday. It's time for a cat chat from Kitty City.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. Last week I mentioned that the second wave of kittens hit Kitty City very late in the kitten season. Quite a few of our newest arrivals are now ready for adoption. We have a good-looking and delightful litter of kittens that arrived at the ripe old age of 6 weeks. No mama came with them, but these kittens have thrived in their foster home. They are now 10 weeks old and have had their first vaccinations. They are excited to be going to our mall adoption event tomorrow and even more excited about the prospects of finding their forever home. Two things make this litter unusual. There are 4 orange tabbies and 1 Siamese lynx point. And of the orange tabbies, 3 of them are female. While it is not rare to have so many females in a litter of orange tabbies, it is certainly unusual. The Siamese lynx point is a female and her name is Sparkles. She is white and smoke in color and has beautiful large teal eyes. She is a feisty girl and must be a happy kitty, judging by her purrs. Turk is the only male orange tabby, and he has lots of white, probably half orange and half white. He has a prominent W on his forehead rather than the typical tabby M. The orange females are Twins, Maddie, and Anna. Twins is the smallest of the litter and is a classic light orange tabby. Maddie has a dark orange arrow between her eyes. And the last orange tabby is Anna, who is a beauty with white paws and tummy and dark orange stripes. Annie is the cuddler. The foster says these kittens are all playful and they are such avid climbers they resemble monkeys. In the coming weeks, I will introduce you to some of our other new kitten arrivals. One is a very adorable, cute tortoiseshell, and the other is a blue-eyed, part Maine Coon tabby mix. These kittens are now only around 6 weeks old and need a few more weeks to grow. You will be hearing more about these little cuties.
Aww.
Check out all the cats and kittens at Kitty City on our website, www.kittycitynm.com, or visit us at 56 Stanley Ranch Road to see our cats in person. Tomorrow is Saturday, November 16, and next Saturday, November 23, please join Kitty City and Alamogordo Animal Control at the White Sands Mall for our adoption event. Cute cats and kittens and sweet dogs and puppies will be available for adoption to their forever family. Kitty City's special of 1 cat or kitten for full price and the second cat or kitten for half price is still in effect. Come down to the mall and meet your forever friends. This has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'm Kathy Denton, and I'll be talking to you next week from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A judge sentenced a man who pled guilty to stealing a state government vehicle and crashing it, killing a 10-year-old girl last year. John Bearden Jr. stole the vehicle from Expo, New Mexico. A short time later, he blew a stop sign and crashed into another vehicle, all while high on meth. 10-year-old Penny Pizarro and her father David were in the other vehicle. Penny died 3 weeks after the crash. Her father sustained a traumatic brain injury. At the sentencing, Bearden addressed the family.
Please know that not a second of any minute, of any hour, of any day passes when I am not fully aware of the President's deaths in Penelope's absence.
Bearden pled guilty to charges of DWI vehicular homicide, DWI great bodily harm by vehicle, knowingly leaving a scene of a crash involving great bodily harm or death, and stealing a vehicle. Judge Jennifer Warnersbach sentenced him to 22 years in prison, followed by 5 years probation. We recently discussed that a Luna County Sheriff's Corporal has been charged with vehicular homicide for his role in a crash in Deming which killed a 14-month-old child. Corporal Paul Garcia T-boned Isabella Hernandez's car, traveling at 99 miles per hour on the way to a robbery call. That crash severely injured her and killed her 14-month-old son, Wyatt. Hernandez made these comments.
It should have been a regular day, a happy one, filled with laughter and love. But instead it turned into a nightmare that I still haven't woken up from.
Luna County settled the lawsuit for $7 million. Corporal Garcia has been terminated. The Las Cruces Police Department will hold a news conference this morning at 9 to provide information on the officer-involved shooting, which occurred on Monday outside of a Las Cruces apartment complex. The news conference will be held at the council chambers at Las Cruces City Hall. A gas leak is to blame for shutting down the DA's office in Santa Fe earlier this week. That leak was discovered on Tuesday. Repairs were made yesterday. Courts were still open for trials during the closure. Police across the state are utilizing automatic license plate readers to help combat crime, but in doing so, are they violating your right to privacy? Major Holly Anderson with the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office spoke with KRQE.
We recently had a custodial kidnapping that took place where we are able to utilize the system and resolve it without incident or injury to the parties involved, including the child. We also want to be able to utilize it in the distance for a cold case.
The American Civil Liberties Union of New Mexico said that data is stored for way too long and is asking lawmakers for statewide regulations.
I think that's where we really have to tend very closely to the balance between privacy and public safety.
Daniel Williams with the ACLU-NM.
As more of that data is accumulated, both because there are more cameras and because the data is stored for a longer amount of time, that picture of your life becomes clearer and clearer and clearer.
Data remains for at least 30 days, and Major Anderson said there are already policies in place to prevent misuse.
We've also already put in place some safeguards as to how we utilize the data, when we utilize the data, and how we would share that data with anyone else that makes a request.
Both the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department and the ACLU agree that this technology can save lives, and both entities are hoping lawmakers can help them find a middle ground. Lawmakers may bring this up at the next legislative session that begins on January 21st. Be Well, New Mexico's health insurance marketplace, works to help people who do not qualify for Medicaid or Medicare find affordable health insurance. The Director of Outreach, Tanya Bruno, appeared on KRQE to discuss qualification requirements.
They can't be eligible for Medicaid, Medicare, or employer-sponsored coverage. So it's really for individuals and families to apply. It's based on your income, your household size, and where you live across the state.
Open enrollment is open now through January 15th, and New Mexicans can sign up for health insurance or change your existing plan. Be Well is hoping to help as many New Mexicans as possible sign up for health insurance during this open enrollment period. BeWellNM.com. Changes are on the horizon for New Mexico's SNAP program beginning next year. SNAP customers between the ages of 18 and 54 must work at least 80 hours a month to continue receiving benefits. Pregnant women, disabled people, and college students are among those exempt from those new rules. All these changes do take place on January 1st. Sports and weather are coming up next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
The New Mexico High School girls volleyball playoffs continue. Your school sports page should have details on who's playing when. There are 10 games for New Mexico football today as New Mexico high school football playoff brackets continue. This week is the quarterfinals. Games include the New Mexico Military Institute at Socorro. Chaparral heads to Bernalillo. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting up to 24 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, winds gusting as high as 18. Mostly sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 30. Your high today in the basin, 73, low tonight of 49, high tomorrow, 68 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting up to 29 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight, winds gusting as high as 31. Mostly sunny tomorrow, winds getting up to 38. Your high today for Cloudcroft, 55, low tonight of 36. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 29. High tomorrow of 48 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.